I am outrageously hungry this morning. My appetite is through the roof, like sky high. So we're sitting here about to eat some pre-workout food. Finally back on that grind, baby. So today we're gonna show a full day of eating, plus a little bit of a chest and shoulder workout. Diet is pretty locked in though. So meal number one, which is my pre-workout meal, we've got 45 grams of cream of rice cereal. We've got 100 grams of strawberries and 100 grams of blueberries. And then over here, we have 2 scoops of clear isolate protein, so 40 grams of protein in here, blue raspberry flavor, my stick of Element, and 10 grams of creatine. This is the pre-workout concoction. This is my pre-workout meal. So this is the actual food that I put in my body before I go train. It is about 6:15, 6:20. So I'm gonna eat this and then we'll get to the gym in about 45 minutes to an hour. So I usually let my food digest for almost an hour or so before we hit the gym. Drink pre-workout down on top of that. Then I guess I will see you guys at the gym.
So if you've been following any of my other chest days, it's no surprise to you that I'm starting with incline cable flies. Now today we're doing them a little different because it's a chest and shoulder day. So I'm going to have some front and medial delt in there mixed in with upper chest. So I'm going pretty vertical on this fly. That was way too heavy to start. I am officially weak, guys. Being off of all hormones now for about 2 months, except for fertility drugs, HCG and clomiphene. Strength is down. Pretty good. But well, since this is so vertical, you really want to get a decent little arch in your back. I don't know if I can tell how arch my back is now. So scooch this side. So we're about here. Good little arch in the back. And then you're pressing up and through the chest. So you'll feel it whenever it starts to change from the chest to the delt. You should notice the difference there, just from where you actually finish the contraction. So it's like you'll bring it up with majority chest, just because of the way the arch in your back is. So you're mostly coming up with chest until you hit about this point, and then you kind of finish it right there at the top with the front delt. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in this movement is, am I starting with the chest? Am I getting good activation in the upper chest? Do I feel it in my chest or do I feel it more in my shoulders? Because if you feel it more in your shoulders, you need to probably take the incline back a little bit to less of a steep degree on the incline until you can get more of a feeling in your chest. And then once you start to develop more of a chest movement, then you can try to increase the actual angle of the incline and try to get more chest activation and then shoulder activation, right? So it's something where you have to build that mind to muscle connection. It's something where if you don't have those connections already established, you have to build them. And you're not going to have them right from the get-go. So understand that and know that, like, if you're this vertical on an incline cable fly and you're like, man, I'm feeling it 100% in my shoulders, and you're trying to hit some chest, just drop the seat back a little bit. It'll be okay. We're gonna do 3 more sets here. So we're on set number 2 of, I guess you could call them incline Arnold press, because Arnold presses, I guess, are normally just like a straight vertical press. I got a little bit of a incline. Just a smidge. Ow. That's pretty good stuff. Decided 65 wasn't enough, so I went up to 70 for the top set. I'll take that. 8 reps with 70s on the arm press. I think that's a PR for me. I don't do these often, but I'm about to start incorporating them in a lot more, especially on days where I do upper chest and delts. Because it's like, I don't think there's a better exercise if you're doing upper chest and delts. So you really want to be sure you're doing Arnold presses the right way too. Because like when I first started, I was like coming all the way down and then bringing them in and then rotating back out and then pushing up. And that is the wrong way to do an Arnold press. It's all one movement. So you start here with more of a underhand kind of grip, really so you can get a really good stretch on the chest and the delts. Because you go here, your range of motion is a little more restricted. But if you go here, you can carry that weight on that chest shelf a little bit more without hyperextending the shoulder joint as much. You know, like you come here, that's more pressure on the shoulder than here. Like I don't feel this at all on my shoulder. This, I feel on my shoulder. So the Arnold press, you want to make one fluid motion from the bottom with a supinated grip straight to the top with a pronated grip, twisting the dumbbells as you go up, right? But you're not really changing the distance from the body as far as your width is concerned. So you're not going out wider. You're coming down here, pressing straight up, coming straight down, pressing straight up, but you're twisting the dumbbells as you go up and as you complete the contraction. So make sure you're doing Arnold's with proper form if you're gonna do Arnold's, because they can be a little worrisome if the form isn't correct. A little ambitious for set number 1. We'll have to go down. Got a 10-inch arm, but I'm gonna go down. That's a little difficult. Lateral raises are always form over weight. Doesn't matter if it's dumbbell, machines, cables, it doesn't matter. If you're doing a lateral raise, it has got to be form over weight, because there's so many different muscles that can take over and activate during a lateral raise if your delt isn't the main focus. Like, if you're doing a lateral raise, the goal is to hit the medial head of the delt, right? A little bit of the front head. But if you slack on form, you turn your wrist out, knuckles back behind you, you're gonna raise with your front delt and some of your chest. If you go too far the other way, you're gonna hit all trap. Like, I can do a full shrug here before I even activate my delt, right? So form is key. Form is key when it comes to lateral raises. It has to be your number one focus during the entirety of the movement. Drop the weight, drop the ego, check your form. Super high incline press. We're gonna do 2 top sets. We do a little bit of a warm-up set with 2 plates just to see how it's gonna feel. I think I should be able to get 8 with 3, and then we'll see from there. If I can get 8 for 3, I'll probably stay with 3 and try to get 8 more. If I feel like I can get 10 with 3 plates, I'll probably still stop at 8 and maybe throw on a half plate or something and see what happens. So we'll start here. Oh God. What sucks the most is, like, 2 years ago, I was using 4 plates on this machine. No, I weighed more back then. I was like 250. But I wasn't nearly as pretty as I am now. So I definitely made some progress in my physique, but it sucks going to machines where you used to be able to lift crazy ass weight and then being like barely able to lift normal weight. It just sucks. But I know I'll have my strength back at some point. Sooner than later, when the time is right. We got a baby in the oven. It's gonna be time to get big again. That was good. I'm gonna do one more. Shoot for at least 6 more reps on this guy, and then probably finish it up with some flies of some sort, and that'll be done. It's almost there. So we got one of my favorite exercises for chest and delts. One of the easiest exercises you can do. This is one of the easiest exercises you can do to build your upper chest and front delt. And I call them dumbbell crossovers. So you're literally raising the dumbbell up and across your body. Slow and controlled. And you want to bring your arm like as close across your chest and your body as you can, right? So it's like, I'm not out here doing a front raise. It's literally a cross body raise. Like, I can't get my arm any closer to my body because my bicep is rubbing up against my chest the whole time. So post chest and shoulders. It was a quick workout. Only 5 exercises, I think, was the total of the workout. Then we had to run home, get dressed real quick, shower, change, get ready for work, and make my breakfast, my meal number 2 for the day.
And that's what we got here. So in this bowl, we have 150 grams of potatoes cooked, weighed cooked, and then 150 grams of egg whites weighed uncooked. We've got 100 grams of pineapple, obviously weighed as is, and a half of a golden kiwi. So golden kiwis taste like bananas to me, super random, but I like golden kiwis because they're extremely high in vitamin C, and I also just like kiwis, and they're easy to eat. You can just kind of spoon it out. I didn't know that until like literally Monday, whenever I started eating these again. I've always just taken the time to peel it and then slice it. So much easier to just cut it in half and then eat it with a spoon. Like, it's pretty wild. So, but that is my breakfast. And on top of this, I will drink 8 ounces of 100% organic tart cherry juice. So this is 100% juice, not from concentrate. Cherries are really, really high in antioxidants, anti-inflammatory properties, all sorts of good stuff. I've got a meeting at 9:30 and it is 9:23, so I'm gonna scarf this down ASAP and then get ready for that meeting.
It gives me PTSD for bulking because, and this audio is probably not going to be great. I'm wearing my mic, but my receiver died, so I apologize that the audio sucks. But, hearing the microwave go off, it honestly gives me a little PTSD because I have to eat a lot of food. And by a lot of food, I mean a lot of food, guys. Like, my resting metabolic rate, I had it tested, actual oxygen metabolism rate is 3,100 calories. 3,100 calories is how many calories I burn at rest, no matter what I do, every single day. It just sucks. Like, everybody's like, oh, I love bulk season. Like, no, I freaking hate bulk season with passion. But that's part of bodybuilding. So here we are. Meal number, what is this, 3? Yeah, meal number 3. It's a little late. It's 2 o'clock. I normally try to eat between like 12:30 and 1:30. So I'm just a little bit behind schedule right now. But I wasn't really super hungry this morning after I finished my first 2 meals. So postpone this one a little bit. We'll eat meal number 4 probably around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then we'll probably drink a protein shake before we go to church this evening, just so we have that extra calories in there because I didn't get my protein coffee in this morning. So I'll probably use a protein shake right before we go to church this evening. That's kind of my little protein filler that I missed. And so, yeah, that's what we got. But we have 7 ounces or 192 grams, more accurately, of grilled chicken. And we have 250 grams of jasmine rice. This is meal numero 3. I'm real big on eating fruits, not so big on eating vegetables right now. So there's one thing I've got to get better at is just actually consuming real whole food vegetables. I've never been the biggest vegetable eater. I always stick to the basics like broccoli or asparagus or, the typical stuff. And I don't know, those wear out super fast. I just get bored with those too easy. So I got to get better at consuming my veggies, but I would at least have a pretty diverse diet at this point. My previous diets were definitely not this diverse. So I'm doing a lot better with my nutrient diversity now than what I've ever done whenever it comes to actually consuming enough calories. Like, normally I would just slam shit foods, processed food, highly processed foods, a bunch of chicken and rice, and never take any fruits or vegetables or anything that's actually healthy and good for you, impactful of nutrients and microminerals and vitamins and all that stuff. So diet is definitely getting a lot better. I'll say that. Meal number 3, chicken and rice. I'm going to pound this, get it down, and get back to work.
Meal number 5, Qdoba. This is really fun.
That was a cheap.
I wouldn't say this is like a typical meal, but usually at least once or twice a week.
Some things in my world again.
And Wednesday nights are church nights, so it's a late night, or we gotta get food in. It's about 8:30, and Qdoba is a great option. So this is meal number 5.
And then I'll have some cereal when I get home. Close it out.